Hi everyone, Agnes here, and this is going to be a more advanced Neville teaching YouTube, and it was inspired by a conversation I had with someone. PS, you know who you are. So this is from Neville's book Freedom for All, and it's in the chapter Secret of Feeling. Okay, now Neville describes being in an apartment in New York, imagining that you're on a big ship, a steamliner, and that you can feel the breeze on your face, you can feel the movement of the ship, and for you to really be there, you are practicing this in imagination from your apartment in New York. This is how the story goes. Okay? Now, if you are practicing imagining creates reality, this is what you do. Now, the more advanced version would be exactly the same thing, but once you get to the end of your imaginal scene, what you do is you really get into that fixing it into reality, and then you think back to yourself in your apartment, in this case in New York, in this example. Okay? So what you're trying to do is you are physical body in New York, you launch your spirit and your consciousness, what you're conscious of, to the steamliner. So you're separating your physical body from your spirit and your consciousness. You send that forward, and then what happens is your consciousness then looks back at you in the apartment in New York, and you see if you can actually hold and stay on the steamliner. Okay? Now, when I practiced this, I was practicing being in Sydney, Australia, and imagining myself on the red bus in London, going around London and looking at different things. So I would send my consciousness, my spirit forward, and then I would go around on the bus, hear the different accents, hear the announcement on the bus because I'd heard what it sounded like before, be on the top level because you get a better view, and just going through these details. Now, it took me about a dozen times to, when I thought back at myself in my bed in Sydney, that I wouldn't go back there. Okay? You get to the point where you try and recall being in the apartment, but you look back without going back in there, okay? And it feels like you go back in. So even though your eyes are shut, it's like you're taking your inside eyes, your consciousness, your spirit, into that new place, whether it's the steamliner or London in these two examples, okay? Now, does this take practice? Yes. Is it easy? No, not the easiest thing. Can you do it? Yes. If you practice it, you'll get so immersed in the images, the feeling of the place, you just get a sense and feel of it. That's what you're trying to do. And it's practicing it till it feels like an old worn-in t-shirt. And then all of a sudden you forget where you are. Have you ever had those moments where you just forget where you are? You forget you're meditating, you forget that you're imagining, and all of a sudden you're just there. That's when your consciousness, your spirit, and you are then immersed in the scene, that there's no more separation. Okay, so for those of you that want to practice it and just, obviously find out a bit more about it, there's a YouTube I did called Slingshot, which was, I got this very interesting message from a very short dream which ties in with what I'm talking about today. I'll put that down below for you. And also there's a Joseph Murphy concept called collapsing space and time, which is really excellent as well, that really ties in with this. Joseph Murphy says it slightly differently, so I'll put both of those down below for those of you that would like to explore it further. So this is, as said, a bit more advanced Neville. It sounds simple to just do your imagining. This, on the other hand, is splitting the physical body from your inside self, keeping your inside self over here, and then looking back at where your body is, but not coming back. Okay? Now, why do we do this? Because it's what Neville talks about, living from it. You're not just thinking of that, whatever it is, the relationship, the trip, the amazing job. You are literally living from rather than thinking of. Okay, now I've done some YouTubes on that too. I'll put those down below as well. Lots of love, everyone, and I'm getting better. My energy is still low, so I will not be doing as many YouTubes, but I will do them when I feel to and when the energy is good. Lots of love, and I will see you in the next YouTube.